In Focus 1, we're going to create a new runtime application for a control project. So first we're going to start up FactoryTalk View. We're going to create a new runtime. Call it My New Runtime. I'm going to put a 1 on mine because I created this application name already when I created the curriculum. So I'm just going to add a 1 to it. Click Create. That will create a new runtime in FactoryTalk View. It takes a minute to load the displays and information. Again, we'll see it loading all the stuff down here. The screen will flicker a little bit. And it's done loading. Okay, so once we get our new runtime, the first thing we need to do is set the resolution for our runtime. Now we are using a custom screen resolution, so I'm going to select custom size. And before I do that, I'm going to go to split screen here so you can see the curriculum. Again, we're in section 2 now for chapter 2 of unit 5. So when we set our screen size, we want to make sure to match the resolution of the display, which in our case is 1600 by 900. So I'm going to put in 1600 wide, 900 high. So that means when this runtime runs and executes, it will fill the entire screen for the HMI. Now we could make it so it only filled half the screen, or just the left side or the right side, but in this case we just want to fill that whole screen. So we'll hit OK, and you can walk through the steps along with the curriculum, or you can just follow through. It's going to need to scale the graphics, so it will give you a couple warnings saying we are changing aspect ratios along with size. So we're switching from 4:3 to 16:9. Hit yes, and it will scale our project to that 1600 by 900 size, so that when we make a new display now, it will automatically give it that 1600 by 900 size. And I'm going to close that display for now. That's the main display. So now that we have our runtime set up and the aspect ratio and screen size correct, we need to add our plant PAX library, the process library that we used to program with before. Also has the programming for FactoryTalk View, so we can add our components easily by importing them into the system. So the first thing we'll do is we'll right click on display and add components into the application. And now we need to navigate, like we did before, to our C drive Turbine Technologies folder. And we should have a folder that says Controls Lab Application Files and 1600 by 900 displays. So I've already made scaled displays to the resolution we have for our project. So you can just go ahead and grab those, and they will already be scaled to the proper resolution. I will show you how you can scale your different screen sizes in another video. So we selected displays, so we're looking for our main graphics objects. So here we have our components that we can add into the application, and that looks very similar to what we have in the curriculum. So now we just need to go through and select all the components that Controls Lab uses. So the built-in auto-tune faceplates, I'm just going to hold Control, select the ones I want. We are using the P underscore analog in faceplate and the help faceplate. We're using the P underscore PIDE faceplate, but we'll add that one later. So, well, let's see. P underscore VSD, that's the variable speed drive. And in the P under the PIDE faceplates, we'll add those too. Once you select all those, go ahead and hit open. It will load the faceplates into the displays tab. For some reason I must have deselected the other ones. I'm going to add analog in. And I'm going to add P underscore VSD. And we'll also add the runtime. Runtime just does basic motor parameters. It tells you how long the motor's been running and things like that. So that's another nice faceplate to have with the system. So once we have all the ones that we want, we need to add the global objects. So these are the local objects that we're kind of going to use in the setting up of the display. The global objects are very similar to displays, except they're available globally between each and every display. So when we set up global objects, our different windows within our main displays can use those global objects in each window, for example. So all of these could have one global object that maintains itself throughout all the different pages that you navigate the HMI with. So adding global objects, we go to the same place as we did before, except now we want to add the global objects, and in this page we're just going to add all of them. Main panels, this last one, that's actually the Controls Lab whole global object main panel for the system. So if you're having trouble creating your own main panel, you could use this global object to help import that whole main panel setup that Controls Lab already has. So I'm going to add all those global objects. It'll take a little bit for it to import. And now we have all the global objects in there. But you'll notice there's still some stuff that's missing because we don't have our graphics library. So the next thing we need to do is bring in our graphics library for the new runtime application. So right now this is the only graphics that's associated with our displays. So we need to add component into application again, and Now we need to navigate to the actual controls lab folder, which is contained in public. So we go to the PC, users, public, and then public documents. Now we're using RSView, ME, HMI projects, and now we don't have any images in our projects, but we want to copy the controls lab images. So we'll go into the controls lab folder and go and get those images. You can also find these in the support documents for controls lab. So we're going to go in there and get those images. I'm just going to select them all and hit open. So it will pull in all those images, and when it's done, you will have to hit yes to all because it's going to replace the arrows, because there was a few basic ones in there already. So we'll hit yes to all, replace those, and this may take quite a few minutes to import all those images one by one. So I'm going to stop the video for now and